Hello and welcome to the Dan Edwards Show with me, the YouTube sensation, Dan Edwards. On today's episode, we will be taking a look back at the action from this past weekend here at House of Pain Wrestling, and we're going to kick things off with Renouf on Friday, the 31st of May. The show kicked off with tag team action as Mr. USA Lance Flashman teamed up with the House of Pain heavyweight champion Grayson Clay to take on Retro Beat of Kid Rothrock and John Allens. During the match, Kid Rothrock was celebrating on the apron and didn't notice that John was in trouble, at which point Grayson and Flashman sent John flying into Rothrock, knocking him off the apron. Lance Flashman then finished him off with a spear, picking up the win for the team. After the match, Rothrock was not happy, blaming John Allens for the loss, called him a loser, just like the people of Renouf. He then tried to apologise and said he didn't mean it, but the Renouf fans were having none of it. It was singles action next as the Black Sheep's nice guy Will Roberts went one-on-one with House of Pain's resident gangster Jaden Law. Before the match could begin, Johnny Sharp added a stipulation to the match that if Jaden won, he would be in the Black Sheep and Will Roberts would be out. As the match begun, it was a hard-hitting back and forth match, and it looked like Jaden had the win when he hit a tornado DDT onto the floor. As Jaden was setting up to finish off Will, he was shoved towards the referee Tony, who took cover and avoided the contact, but this distraction allowed Will Roberts to grab the crook, knock Jaden out with it, and pick up the win to secure his spot in the Black Sheep. It was a fatal four-way match next, and the participants were Renouf's own Kobe Woods, Max Chimera, Pinky the Pirate, and one of the badly dressed boys, Davey Thompson. This was a fast-paced, non-stop action match which eventually saw Kobe rolling up Max Chimera to pick up the win. We were back to singles action next as the Black Sheep's silent assassin Ryu Genshin went one-on-one with Joseph Starr. As the match was going on, Joe looked to be closing in on the victory when Will Roberts jumped in the ring and got in Joe's way. Joe punched Will in the face and threw him out the ring, but this distracted the referee and allowed Ryu to hit a low blow onto Joe, rolling up and steal the victory. In the main event of the evening, it was the first semi-final match in the House of Pain Heavyweight Championship number 1 contenders tournament, with Joey Slade going one-on-one with the Shepherd, Johnny Sharp. Johnny worked over Joey's leg throughout the match and kept going back to an ankle lock submission, trying to force Joey to submit. But Joey was not going down without a fight and made one hell of a comeback until the Black Sheep's Will Roberts and Ryu Genshin returned to ringside. They got involved in the match and then distracted the referee, which allowed Johnny to hit Joey in the head with a tag team championship belt. As Johnny was going for the pin, it looked like it was over, but the referee Neil spotted the title belt in the ring and stopped the count. As the match continued, it was Joey hitting not one but two of his Helldriver finishing move to pick up the win and advance to the finals of the #1 Contenders tournament. Moving on to Sawley now. On Saturday the 1st of June, the show kicked off with singles action as Alex Rue went one-on-one with one half of the co-Full Throttle champions, Oscar Prospero. As the match was going on, Oscar was setting up for his Tiger Driver, but Alex managed to reverse out of this and hit a deep six slam to pick up the win over one of the Full Throttle champions. The singles action continued next as the Shepherd Johnny Sharp went one-on-one with Jerry Jarvis, and the winner of the match would choose the special guest referee for the main event for the House of Pain Tag Team Championships. As the match was going on, Jaden Law ran out to ringside and distracted Jerry, and this allowed the Shepherd to hit the Yorkshire Claymore to pick up the win. After the match, Johnny announced that Jaden Law would be the special guest referee in the main event, and when the Black Sheep retain the tag team titles, Jaden will officially become a member of the Black Sheep. It was mixed tag team action next as the Witch of the Ring Spectra teamed up with the Skegness Sexy Boy, the King of the Ocean, Owen Ocean, to take on the team of Lights Out Lexi Morgan and one of the Badly Dressed Boys, Davey Thompson. As the match came to a close, it was Spectra hitting a huge neckbreaker and then knocking out Lexi with a vicious elbow shot to pick up the win for the team. The House of Pain Heavyweight Championship #1 Contenders tournament continued next with the second semi-final match as Matlock went one-on-one with the Suntan Superman, LJ Heron. As Matlock was looking to hit a chokeslam onto LJ, LJ reversed this into a roll-up to pick up the win and advance to the finals at Beeston on the 15th of June to face Joey Slade for a shot at the House of Pain Heavyweight Championship. It was a championship showcase match next as the House of Pain Women's Champion Harley Harris was in action against the House of Pain Heavyweight Champion Grayson Clay. Although as Harley was making her way to the ring, Spectra came running out, attacked Harley from behind and threw her shoulder first into the ring post. Grayson demanded that the match started, and Harley, not going down without a fight, said that she was good to go. Grayson targeted Harley's injured arm throughout the match and eventually locked in a vicious submission hold, forcing Harley to tap out. In the main event of the night, the House of Pain Tag Team Championships were on the line as the Sweet Life of Zack and TJ challenged the Black Sheep for the titles. And of course, Jaden Law was the special guest referee for the match. As the match was going on, Jaden seemed to be very biased towards the Black Sheep, trying to fast count Zack and TJ at every opportunity, but Zack and TJ were not going down that easily. As the match went on, Johnny Sharp entered the ring and it became a 3-on-2 match, and Johnny even used his crook, at which point Jaden Law refused to make the count and said that they should win fairly. Johnny was not happy with Jaden and told him to get out of the way and count the pin. As he was going to use the crook again, Jaden took it away from Johnny, then punched him in the face. As Rayner went to hit a spear on Jaden, Jaden avoided this and speared Johnny Sharp. TJ Dean then kicked Rayner in the head, knocking him out of the ring. Zack and TJ then hit a magic killer onto Will Roberts to pick up the win to become the new House of Pain Tag Team Champions. After the match, Zack called Jaden back to the ring and said that there's no games, no challengers, and if Jaden wants a spot in the sweet life of Zack and TJ, he is more than welcome in their team. We rounded the weekend off in Clifton on Sunday, the 2nd of June, and the show kicked off with tag team action as one of the co-Full Throttle champions, Oscar Prospero, teamed up with the King of Steel and Sex Appeal, Mike Angelo, to take on the Badly Dressed Boys of Davey Thompson and Brandon Brooks. And it was Davey and Brandon picking up the win when they hit the double disaster kick on to Oscar, picking up the win. After the match, Big Man Inc. came to ringside and the Badly Dressed Boys invited them into the ring for a fight, but Big Man Inc. declined. Davey then announced that at Beeston on the 15th of June, Match 2 in the Best of 5 series will be contested under Tornado Tag Team rules. Up next, it was a 6-woman gauntlet match to name the number 1 contender to the House of Pain Women's Championship. The first 2 competitors in the match were the top of the deck Devil, Charlie Ace, and Lights Out, Lexi Morgan, and it was Lexi getting a surprise roll-up onto Charlie to advance in the match. Out next was the Princess Lexi Olivia, making her first appearance since December, and it was the Princess hitting a butterfly suplex and a punt kick to eliminate Lexi Morgan. Out next was the LGBT hero Veronica Blaze, and it was the Princess once again hitting a butterfly suplex followed by a sick knee to eliminate Veronica from the match. Jessica Logan also returned to action next, and it was Jessica hitting an unprettier onto the Princess to eliminate her. The final entry into the match was the Witch of the Ring Spectra, who hit a top rope X Factor to eliminate Jessica and be crowned the new number 1 contender to the House of Pain Women's Championship. It was a championship showcase match next as the House of Pain heavyweight champion Grayson Clay went one-on-one with the House of Pain heritage champion Nate Colt. However, Nate did not have his title with him as Peter Sador stole the belt in Beeston in May and is currently on holiday with the title in Portugal. As the match was going on, Nate looked to be in firm control and knocked Grayson out of the ring. and as the referee was counting, Grayson decided not to re-enter the ring, took his belt and left, meaning that Nate Colt picked up the win via countout. The singles action continued next as Mr. Number 1 Niall Hind went one-on-one with Big Mike Wild. Mike said that all he wanted to do was chop Niall Hind, but Niall was having none of this and attacked Mike's hand so he couldn't chop him. Mike eventually made a big comeback and hit a huge chop onto Mr. Number 1, followed this up with a giant swing and then landed on top of Niall to pick up the win. In the main event of the afternoon, it was tag team action as Big Man Inc. of Jackie T and Adam Bolt took on the team of Hellbound of Alton Thorne and Joey Slade. As the match went on, Big Man Inc. managed to lock Alton Thorne out of the building, leaving Joey in a 2-on-1 situation. The referee Lilith ended up getting knocked down, which allowed Big Man Inc. to use the baton to attack Joey, and then Adam Bolt came off the top rope with a total eclipse stunner, and the groggy referee slowly counted to 3, meaning that Big Man Inc. picked up the win. Well, that is all I do have time for today, so thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, leave a comment below, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time on the Dan Edwards Show.